an emergency signal, you know, those public emergency signals they send out if there's a fire, and it knocked off my internet.
Interesting.
Because it all happened at the same time.
Is there a fire near you in Poway?
No, but we keep getting that emergency signal for that one that's burning over in the east.
Well, that's down by the border now.
Mm-hmm.
That's like near San Ysidro.
Yeah, man, I saw those pictures from I think it's Oregon, where the sky is literally orange.
Ours is right now too.
Yeah, well, that's terrifying.
I mean, it's really far away from us, but it's a big fire. It's like over 10,000 acres now.
They say that the fire has done more damage than all of the riots this year combined, which that's fucking scary.
That one fire, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Gender reveal. Firework baby.
Yeah.
Fire. We'll never forget that a bunch of dumbasses went out in 121 degree heat in a dryness warning that has never been given before.
Oh, it has. It is. It has.
It's a strange story to tell you, kid. You know, we try to announce your gender and we burnt down a state.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm smiling and laughing, but it's actually not funny.
No, it's bad. I was just admitting it's bad.
The really dumb part is the family that was there. They tried stamping out the fire and they stayed doing that until it was like multiple acres large. Why didn't you call?
Yeah, why didn't they call like immediately?
I mean, like, hey, it got out of hand. Yeah, you're gonna get in trouble.
Look,
but
in their defense, you would be surprised how quickly fire spreads.
Oh no, I'm not surprised. I've watched it happen. There was one at started at my college, and within 2 hours had spread from one city into another, and
that sounds about right.
Down. And yeah, it was the entire like 2 colleges and like 10 neighborhoods were under an evacuation order within 2 hours. It was nuts how big that fire got. And I had to deliver pizza in it. It was great.
Listen, having to deliver pizza during horrifying weather conditions is why I quit delivering pizza.
Yeah, I told my GM
did not respect your ability to live.
No, my GM was really cool about it because he was from Illinois and he had no idea about fire. So I told him, I'm like, look, I don't care what our owner says, because this was for Papa John's, not for Domino's. I'm like, I don't care what the owner says. I'm not delivering, and you should listen to me and not the owner. And he's like, okay, because he was terrified of the fire because he lived like 4 hours away. And he's like, I don't even know if I can get home.
Speaking of fire, Connor Hughes, Ashe Heiral is facing a door, an auspicious door. A door where previously his best friend Baldric had died. Now, 2 of the same hellhounds are waiting on the far side of it.
A best friend?
Name one other person who's been as close to Ashe as Baldric.
Probably Charkwall.
Really? You're gonna go with your brother?
Well, I mean, like... Yes,
I don't think you were friends with your brother. I heard your ambient dialogue.
Close is not like a value judgment, right? Like,
I said
close.
best friends. Best friends. All right, look. Connor, have you ever played Dragon Age Inquisitions?
Yeah.
All right. The number of mages you get in your party increases the amount of snarky dialogue that you get. If you get all 4 mages in your party, they literally do nothing but riff on each other the whole fucking time. Look it up. There are people who've made compilation videos of the 4 mage party. Incredible. They literally just sit there and snipe at each other.
Was that the 3rd one? I didn't play the 3rd one.
Yes?
I think that's the 3rd one.
Yeah.
I played the 1st and the 2nd.
It's the last one, so.
Okay. Yeah.
Ooh, wow. Shouldn't have stopped at the 2nd one. Should have definitely made it to the 3rd one. Second one, not very good.
You know, people like, you know, didn't like that one, but I didn't mind it. I mean, the combat was not as good as the 2nd.
Inquisitions is way better than 2.
First.
Not as good as 1.
Is it though? Really?
Yes.
I don't know. I didn't like the MMO-ness of that it looked like to me.
It's incredible. There was a guy who was like, listen, do not spend all of your time in the starting area, the hinterlands. You're going to get stuck there. You're going to be level 15. Then you're going to go to other areas. And you're going to be like, why am I so out-leveled? I did exactly that. And I felt completely justified. It's
Yeah,
the world is huge. It takes like 100 hours to finish the game.
Yeah, I like it.
The only
games where
problem
you
is the
can get
bad
OP like
guys
that.
are really dumb.
Was he?
Yeah, they reveal the bad guy, and you're just like, wow, it was dumb.
The bad guy reveal in 2 wasn't very good either.
Yep.
First one was the best.
I mean, ever since Mass Effect 2, they've had a lot of problems. I mean, after Mass Effect 2, they had a lot of problems doing end bad guys. Mass Effect 3, terrible end bad guy, Marauder shields.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, I'm not like big into the hate of 3. I just enjoy 3 so much that the ending.
The 3 was incredible. It was an incredible ride all the way up until the end. And the end was just terrible. Mass Effect 2's ending was incredible.
Yeah, it was good. I don't know. I think people got built up too much for the ending of Mass Effect 3. Like, people were expecting like a lot of
they should have invested better in the ending of a game that you had put 200 hours into the whole series, and it was literally about giant space robots saying really epic shit like, "You touch my mind, fumbling in ignorance, unable to understand. We are
so
each
good.
of us a nation." Yeah, it's literally like fucking Shakespearean at points.
Yeah, it's good. Definitely the dialogue in the first one is really good. Yeah.
All right, so these
It could've been better.
hellhounds are stuck in idle animation as we wait for Ashe Heiral to stop talking to the Gamemaster.
And when he does so quickly and decisively, and and slices up some dog steaks.
Wow,
Of the
you're
top
a
one.
monster.
Well, hellhound dog steaks.
Mm-hmm. That's not better. Well, first off, you're not in melee range of either of these hellhounds.
What? I thought I was.
No, you're 10
I
feet
can't.
away.
I can't. What? Where am I on your map?
He's standing in the doorway.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna reload.
I'm in the doorway.
I'll tell you what's in the doorway. My foot in your ass, doorway.
And coursing with anger from Baldric Strike, actual critical hit, and divine smite on this son of a gun.
Which one are you striking?
This one.
Okay. I didn't see which one. Was it the top one?
Top one.
Okay.
So that's that, and then I think is this a critical thing?
It's a fiend,
for
and
it's a fiend?
you get double damage for critting on a smite.
Okay, I'm gonna use my last first level spell slot. I'm just checking the d8s. So that's 3d8, I think. And so it's 68, right?
Yes. Did you include the +1 for it being a fiend? Yes.
Yes.
All right, 68. Okay, it literally explodes in holy fire. Literally.
And can I attack the second one with the second strike?
24. What do you got?
14 damage.
Okay.
That's a lot. Yes, it is.
I'll tell you what's a lot. What's a lot.
And that's the end of my turn.
It does not. It's flaming breath back. What's the save versus flaming icy sphere? Icy hot sphere? Ooh, should have gone with
14.
that. But what save type?
For Dex.
Okay. No.
Excellent. 8 cold damage.
This is one angry dog. The dog disengages.
I'll come back, Spot.
And disappears around the corner. Lyra, you pursue?
I'm just gonna move up here and kind of see what everybody else is doing.
Okay, Terrell, do you follow?
Well, I take the advice of everybody else and not, but I will move forward a little bit.
Gizmo?
Do not follow.
Ashe?
Do not follow, you said?
That's what I said.
Okay. Ashe will step here and see what's going on here.
You're sure you want to do that? There is a flaming ball of ice directly in front of you, and if you go there, you're going to be affected by it.
Okay.
As one of my bonus actions before he does that, I could push it one square over.
Well, you'd have to have done that
You
on
would
your
have
turn,
to
right?
do it on your turn.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you
Okay.
can walk around the corner and it won't hurt you.
I can walk here.
As long as you don't end your turn. No,
You
you're
have to
within
not be within
5
5
feet.
feet.
Yeah, so as long as you don't end your turn within 5 feet of it, you're good. So if you go here or there or really anywhere up there
Okay.
or like
so
there.
As long as you're not in a square adjacent to it.
Yeah,
right, but ending my turn or walking through it.
ending your turn.
Okay.
You can walk through, you can't stay there.
I will walk here.
Okay.
And what I see this here, and then I guess I'm gonna walk.
All right. You see the Hellhound.
It's 10, 5. I can do. How far can I go here? It's 30 feet. I can't do that unless I dash. Yeah, I guess I dash. I mean, nothing can go wrong here, right? I'm gonna dash into this hellhound.
I was going to say, alternatively, you could hold your action and wait for it to attack you if it runs
It's
back.
running away.
Oh, that's fair.
You see Dash for Baldric as he runs past, through this icy vortex
Okay.
into the hellhound.
Is this you or your armor taking this action?
Both.
He can't run away. That doesn't mean he has to chase it.
Right.
Okay, it doesn't recharge its thing, so once again it chooses to disengage.
Stand and fight.
You see it run to this door, and then it literally runs through the door. You see it go headfirst through the door, and you're like, oh shit, the hell was that?
It just disappears through the door?
Yep. You remember that door being real the last time you went through it, but you're thinking right now maybe it's an illusion. Shortly after it goes through the door, you hear a explosive noise, and the hellhound falls back through the door dead.
That's not what happened last time.
Nope. Last time, a dog did not explode back out a door.
Well, last time the dog got away, if I recall correctly.
This dog did not get away. It died.
This dog did not, yes.
What do
Okay.
the rest of you do now? You hear a very loud explosive noise.
Are we out of initiative?
I'd say so.
Okay.
Ash, let's leave.
Hey, just so you guys know, I mean, we've never used these before, but I've still got 9 potion of healings. So I'm only saying that as an option. I'm not saying we should stay in the dungeon necessarily either, but we do have some potions.
We need to rest.
We do need rest. But Ash is going to come back and explain to everyone how the dog exploded through the door.
Let's leave quicker.
I wouldn't.
You
Stop
hear
right
a
there,
voice
though.
calling out in a bellow, and you don't understand it, and then they say, "Do you speak this language?"
Yes. Did everyone hear that, or just
Everyone hears it. It's incredibly loud. It's a booming echo.
where's it coming from? Inside
It's
our
coming
heads?
from behind the illusory door.
Okay.
This is the sign painted in blood. Do not enter.
There's literally a blood trail dragging towards that door. Don't come in here, or I'll blast you, son. You'll get 2 in the head and 1 in the chest. 5 rounds rapid if I have to.
I'm gonna move Terrel.
No, I'm not doing the voice right. It should be noted that they sound kind of like this. Oh ho ho! 5 rounds rapid. Like a vaguely northern Britishy.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure which accent that was precisely yet. There's a few different ones melding in there.
I'll tell you later what the exact accent is.
Okay.
You'll understand when it happens.
Okay.
Are you unsummoning your ice ball, or are you just?
I wanna move it there.
All right, you do. He passes through Ashe.
A chill creeps up his spine.
So if we're going forward, then while he's talking, I'm going to build another arcane.
And you better be careful. I mean, right? You don't see Ashe particularly moving forward.
I mean, Ashe needs to make a saving throw against the sphere.
Do I?
Yes.
Okay.
The sphere literally stops when it hits Ashe.
Sorry.
All right.
That's how the spell works. You're like, I'll just move it past Ashe, and then the ball just like slams into Ashe.
I do have advantage on these.
From what?
From my spell that I cast.
Which is gives
That's
you
grace.
advantage on dexterity throws?
Enhance ability. I mean,
Okay.
I didn't need it anyway.
You dodge sideways. The ball stops near you, and you're aware that if you remain here, you're going to take damage from it.
I will dispel, or if he moves, then I won't dispel it.
If we're not in initiative, I can move out of the way.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll just move it forward so it's not in Lyra's way either.
Ashe, when you move there, the wall behind you at this location explodes outwardly. And when you turn to look, there is what appears to be like a pinky-sized pebble that's embedded itself about 6 inches into the wall. And you're like, okay, well, you know, pinky-sized pebble, that's not going to hurt. But 6 inches through a solid, magically reinforced stone wall, that's not great. You're looking down at your armor, and you're pretty sure your armor isn't as good as 6 inches of a stone wall.
This isn't,
when you hear the voice call out again, it says, "Hold right there! I don't recognize what primitive race you are, but I'm sure that you can understand this language enough to know that you shouldn't move. I've got you in my sights, peasant."
Know that you were addressing a prince, sir.
Ho ho ho! Oh ho ho! So we've got someone who believes he's royalty, and from out of the door appears a hippopotamus walking on its back legs, carrying a futuristic sci-fi automatic rifle. It's wearing tan safari clothing, and it has a mustache, and it looks and talks exactly like a 1800s big game hunter from Africa.
Right. Yeah. Okay. It's awesome.
Oh, look at this prince! I'm Nigel B. Who do you think you are?
Hello, Nigel B. My name is Ashe Heiral. These are my friends. This is Lyra Fulbright right here.
So it should be established that so far, this creature has mocked you endlessly and shows no respect for you. But when it sees Lyra, it bows and says, "Genasi."
I'll bow back.
It should be noted, it's still aiming its futuristic sci-fi automatic rifle directly at Ashe.
Well, we don't really know what that is, do we? So
Yes, but you can recognize that it's got a very large barrel and it's pointed at Ashe.
all right.
Just imagine it's like a ballista pointed at Ashe.
Hippopotamus.
Hello,
Okay.
Nigel. Did you say that was your name?
No, Nigel B. Yes.
Nigel B.
What brings you here, sir?
Well, that's actually quite a long story. How long do you have?
I got time.
All right, why don't you come back over here? So he walks back through the illusory door.
Are you inviting us in?
Yes. I've seen you now. I've seen your primitive equipment. You don't stand a chance of defeating me, oh prince.
Ashe is gonna look back at the crew to see if they want to.
Lyra is smiling at him being mocked.
And Ash will take as if, like, say, let's go forward.
All right, Terrel, around this time, your flaming sphere runs out. So, you recall that in this room, there was a demon god Flongeldorf. It was a demon idol. It had a stone tablet with writing on it, and it had rubies in its eyes. Now, there is a mounted hellhound head on the wall in here. There's a kind of, like, a couple furs of various creatures. There's a campfire in the middle of the room with a stool. This Nigel B appears to be, like, hastily putting out, like, crates and boxes marked with runic language that you don't understand out for you all to sit on, and appears to be handing out sticks with a white fluffy thing on the end of it. Come, sit around the fire. Toast your marshmallows. I'll tell you stories of my great adventures that brought me to this moment.
I like what you've done with the place. We were here before.
Oh, it's my new hunting lodge. It's a temporary arrangement.
What do you hunt?
More like, what don't I hunt? Am I right? He points over to Gizmo. You know what I'm talking about, yeah? He gives you a hippo wink, but he doesn't have eyebrows, so it's a little weird.
I want to study the fluffy thing on the end of my stick.
It is a marshmallow.
Yes, but do I know what a marshmallow is?
No.
Then I want to study it.
Okay. You study a marshmallow. A creation of pure sugar.
As she's doing that, Ash is roasting it and then taking a bite.
It's actually, as he refers to it, it's toasting it.
Right.
Yes. You're toasting your marshmallow.
Why are you putting it in your mouth? You don't know what that is.
It should be noted that Nigel B is staring at you, Ash. Blank stare down his snout, waiting for you to put it in your mouth.
It would be disrespectful not to.
Indeed. Please, go ahead and chew on it.
Okay. I was say, he hasn't said if it was food or not. He just said toast it.
It looked like food to me.
He's extending his neck and moving his head closer and closer to you, waiting for you to bite down on it. I feel like maybe you're like almost biting it at this point. Maybe a little hesitant.
No, Ash is bitten it.
Okay.
Yep.
It tastes exactly like a goopy toasted marshmallow. It's great. You're giving him glasses for some reason. All right, I'll buy that. That's not canon, but I'll buy it.
I can take it off. No big deal.
No. It's your artistic vision. Don't let me take it away from you.
He had a mustache, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I've never drawn a hippopotamus before.
So he looks at you, Terrel, and says, "Oh, a scholar, someone of intelligence around here."
Yes.
Well. Oh, right. Apologies. I was waiting for all of you to eat your marshmallows, but it recalls to me that I was going to tell you a story of my adventures. Yes, Nigel B. Incredible. Why, I remember my time on the Tides Hammer well. The ancient sailing vessel, over a millennia old, as it carried my crew and I. I, of course, am the master of arms of the Tides Hammer. I was. Before the wake storm tossed me overboard, casting me into the multiverse. Who knew where I would end up from the astral sea? Sorry, I don't know if any of you know what I'm talking about. Your world might be so primitive you don't even have multiverse theory.
Well, you're speaking just enough that I can kind of comprehend, so it's a very fascinating story. Please do go on.
Well, so the wake storm hit us, and as I want you to imagine a storm, a sort of motion, not in space, but in time. So I was frozen in time while the ship kept going, caught in the wake of time. When time reestablished itself in the wake of the wake storm, I was falling through infinite silvery nothingness forever.
Terrel summons his quill and is like taking notes on what this is.
Then I fell through a hole into the plains of hell. Fortunately, it was one of the top levels. It was still bearable conditions for someone. You know, I didn't have a gas mask or any advanced equipment. I just had what I was carrying on me during the wake storm. So, making my way around the imps and other sorts of fiends that I could find, ambushing some of them, laying traps for others, and interrogating them before executing them. I made my way to an exit onto the prime material plane, staging an incredible assault of lightning-fast proportions, charging, using my ancient Githian strength right through the hole, and I ended up a couple of rooms away from here. The opponents were more difficult here than I expected, but I've slowly been making my way to the outside. I was hoping that perhaps I could find a way to make it to the surface of this realm and contact the phlogiston. Make my way back to my people. Yes, it's been a hard week. 6 days hunting, killing, surviving. Fortunately, I'm quite proficient at skinning creatures and gathering their magical essence afterwards. Dabble in a little bit of alchemy, made myself some health potions so when I was on the verge of dying, I'd get better. You know, I learned a little trick. I keep them in my snout, and then when I'm dying, I crunch down on it. Sure, it hurts like the dickens to get glass shards all in your mouth, but it's better than dying. You could spit them out afterwards. Your tongue will be complete and total mess, so will your cheeks, but as a gift, I got reinforced jaws, so my crush strength is incredible.
So can Gizmo tell? I mean, if this guy's telling the truth or
Make
telling
an
us a tall
insight
tale?
check.
I'm actually good at insight, but watch, I'll get a crappy roll. I did not get a
There
crappy
are
roll.
some parts of this story that might have been slightly exaggerated in terms of how competent this guy is at solo survival, but he is kind of mostly straightforward. You get the idea of someone, a good
an
man
embellisher.
who maybe tells you the fish was a little bigger than it was.
Yes, he likes to embellish.
Yes. There's no strict lie, but there was no fish 40 inches long that day at the lake. But he definitely did walk away with the biggest fish.
Is he? Would he be considered a bard?
He does not have any bardic magic that you've seen so far. He could be. I'm not discounting it, but
Yeah.
Do you have more of these marshmallows?
my lady, I am afraid that those 4 marshmallows were the last of my reserve. I have some hellhound jerky if you'd like. I preserved it before the body gooped away.
How do you make this food?
Which one?
The marshmallows.
I don't make them. I bought it. I'm surprised you don't know of it. Your people are planeswalkers just like mine.
Do we have sugar? Like, do we have anything that tastes like this?
Oh yeah, yes. You have sugar. In fact, Lyra probably actually has sugar on her.
Right.
I do currently have sugar.
What are marshmallows? Sugar and egg?
I have no idea.
Egg whites,
but
yeah.
while he's mentioning this, he goes and drags the Hellhound corpse into the room and then begins skinning it and removing the blood to make health potions. He's also removing some meat for jerkying before the body disappears.
Nigel B, that's fascinating. Can I watch you create these potions, or?
Oh,
I mean,
well, I'm just getting the blood for now, but when I potionize it, you're free to join me.
I'd be fascinating to watch.
So it's been a really long time since we've done it, but once a creature dies, its organs begin to decay. If it's magical or of extraplanar origin, you must act within 5 minutes of death to harvest anything useful. A monster corpse has 4 useful components. You need to make an intelligence arcana check and then a wisdom medicine check in order to secure it. And then he recipes up a health potion afterwards. So yeah, he walks you through the draining of the blood. Right, and he talks about how to do the alchemy, and you're like, oh, well, that doesn't seem that hard. But it does require days of work to make a potion.
How many days? 8? Or
well,
days? I didn't hear what you said.
If you thought immersion was lost before, just wait until I have to open the DMG.
Well, it just so happens that we do know how to get out of here, so we can help you with that.
So he looks at you and says, a guide then?
Of course. Yeah, we could offer you that.
Perhaps.
I mean,
friends.
you did help us with this hellhound here.
Did I? Yes, I did.
Well, he was running away. And, well, we can't have that.
But I obviously saved you. That's why you'll lead me out of here.
Well, I wouldn't say you saved us. He was running away from us, but you still helped us.
You never know what a vicious beast backed into a corner can do. Why, this one time on the plane of Earth, I was fighting a Zorn. No, I can't get lost in my stories or will never stop.
We'll help you find the way out. Just as, being nice, I suppose.
Incredible. Your charity knows no bounds, Ganassi.
Nor
Have you
does
explored-
yours for giving us the last of your marshmallows.
Yeah, this is a rare confection. I haven't had anything like it.
You haven't had anything like it, Ashe?
I mean,
Well, you probably never will again until your primitive race learns to take to the phlogiston, walk the multiverse. Look at you, still using swords. It's so cute. Is that plate armor?
yeah.
You can see it's trying not to smile, but it's a hippopotamus, so its mouth is enormous. So even just the twitching of the sides of its mouth cause a massive smile.
Have you taken a look around this entire place?
Oh, no, of course not. That's ridiculous. I make my way around very slowly, carefully, cautiously. I try to stick myself to one battle an afternoon. That way I never overextend myself.
How did you secure the room so that it was safe to
Murder.
rest overnight?
He gestures to the crate and he says, I have plenty of ammunition.
If you would like to know the way out, then you can gather your stuff and come with us.
So he starts picking up the ammo crates that you guys are sitting on and strapping them to his back, starts loading up side satchels with all of his goods. He looks longingly at the hellhound head that's mounted on the wall and says, I have to leave it behind.
You want to take it with you?
I do, but there is far too much necessary work I must bring. It is a trophy and a prize, but one that I cannot carry with me.
Do you
Why,
want me to
my
carry
one
it?
time on the planet Saffron 3, I had to leave. Oh, sorry. Directive. I can't talk about other worlds.
Do you want me to carry it for you?
I will gift it to you for your kindness and generosity.
You can keep it. I don't want to take your
No, please.
possession you seem
I
rather
insist
fond
you
of.
take it from me.
Okay.
It's not cute. It's literally a mounted hellhound head with no eyes. It's disgusting.
I think to not be rude, she takes it off the wall.
Okay, so he's got a alchemist kit rather than an herbalism kit, but he uses it to make a potion of healing. It takes him a week to make 1 potion out of the blood.
So what's your intention once you make it to the surface?
I'm going to signal into the phlogiston, of course. Hope somebody sees my SOS and come pick me up.
The
How do you do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him what the phlogiston is.
He laughs and he says, "You don't even know what the phlogiston is? What a primitive backwater indeed." All right, I'll humor you. Make a persuasion check. We'll see how much he tells you.
Can I join in that one?
Oh, that's terrible. I'm gonna do it. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
natural 20, so... He says, well, I might as well tell you. Your world is a ball in space. And space is literally everything everywhere. Alright? Now, around your ball, there is a glass sphere that keeps all of the stuff you breathe inside. And there's little exit ports, docking areas that let you out. All right, so around this sphere that keeps everything in, there is nothingness. So if you go out there, you can't breathe anymore and you die. But from those exit ports, there's a sort of river of material that carries you through space to other spaces.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome and amazing. Now, look, I understand that you and I probably use the word awesome quite differently. I mean, I am filled with awe when I travel the phlogiston. Such a primitive way of moving between worlds, and yet still works today, thousands of years later. Incredible. I suppose not everything can be like the Tide Hammer.
We do have other planes. Is that similar?
Nigel B looks at you as if you're an idiot.
Okay.
He doesn't know how to correct how wrong you are by asking that question. Like you have no frame of reference for how dumb your question is.
Right.
Yes, they're very similar in the way that they are not similar at all.
I like this guy.
In any way. At all. Look, I just need to find my way back to an advanced world so that I can return to the astral sea and go sailing again. Need to find my way back to the Tide Hammer, or, you know, I can offer my service as Master of Arms anywhere else. All right, well, I've got all my things together. Let me just... He pulls out a knife and then goes toward the statue of Flungeldorf and begins pulling the ruby eyes out.
Hey, that might not be a great idea.
What? Why not?
Because that's a demon thing.
Well, that demon thing's been watching me piss and shit on it all week, so...
That's probably also not a great idea.
Well, I stored it all behind it.
Well, maybe leave the rubies, though.
As you say that, he pops one of the eyes out and says, oops.
Yeah, I'm sort of just curious to see what happens.
So nothing happens. So he says, well, might as well get the other one. And with about 30 seconds worth of work, he pops the other eye out. And he's just like, well, stuffs it in a little pouch on his belt. I'm ready to go now.
All right, follow us.
He waves his massive battle rifle at you, Ash, and goes, don't try anything funny. You seem like the least trustworthy member of your organization.
I mean...
Everyone else is proven to be some form of learned scholar, except for you. You're probably the one that hauls their stuff, right?
Hardly. Well, let's get you on your way then.
Okay. You guys are leading Nigel B outside?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you sacrifice some blood to the stone circle, he's just like, so primitive. So evil. My goodness. The people of your world are so... something.
Well, most of it's not this evil. You happen to be like in a demonic temple.
I see.
You did come from hell, after all.
So you discorporeate back to the prime material plane, back to the outside of the prison of Yelbarad King, and he looks up and he goes, "Oh yes, glass sphere is quite intact. Maybe there's a dock around here. No, if you just wait." He takes like a special round. It looks like a caster shell from Outlaw Star, places it into his gun's breech, and then fires it up into the air, and it just like travels, and he's like, "Just wait 2 or 3 minutes. It's going to be traveling for a while. Then it'll just be a great light show up there." Okay, we're gonna all sit down. Wow, there's quite a bit of blood up here. Don't you people ever, wash things?
You're in a demonic temple still.
Okay.
We haven't left yet.
Have you considered purifying it?
I can't do that yet.
Yes, we've considered it, but it's beyond our ability
Fireworks
so far.
everywhere. We're talking a high atmosphere fireworks show. You can't...
Have we seen stuff like this before?
No. And, I mean, maybe some magic spells could look like this.
It looks like a spell, right?
For how far up it is, it must be truly massive when it begins spelling out runic characters in a language you don't understand. So he looks up at it and he goes, "Oh, they made a typo again. These rounds are useless. Well, at least they know where I am." So he pulls out his portable stool again and sits down on it. It creaks under his weight. He says, "Well, I'll wait here. You continue doing whatever you little people do."
You're gonna wait on the demonic temple.
Yeah, well, I've killed plenty of demons and devils. I'm not super concerned about them any more than I am anything else. I think you'll come to find in time, when you're a planeswalker, like the more advanced races, demons and devils, angels and celestials, they're really all just different shades of the same nagging, bitching races. You just shoot them in the face. You feel so much better afterwards.
Yes. Sounds good.
Gizmo.
I mean, they all want something from you. And they never pay either. You try to do some mercenary work, maybe haul some cargo for them, and they're always like, "You should do this out of the goodness of your heart. You should do this because we're evil and you're evil too." And I'm like, "I'm not that evil. Not so evil I don't want to be paid."
Wait, are you evil?
That's a question I will leave to the philosophers and whoever judges my soul when I die. Young lady, I am a mercenary by trade. I kill people for money. No, I wouldn't say that's evil. I'd say it's survival. Now, in my spare time, do I hunt down rare and exotic animals? Yes. Is that evil? Maybe.
You ever seen a dragon?
Have I seen a dragon? Have you seen a space dragon?
Maybe.
You're not very good at lying, son. You didn't even know what space was until I told you about it.
Well, I could have seen a space dragon.
Your mind would shatter under the weight of what it looks like. You're not ready.
It's probably just like a regular dragon.
Oh, listen to this. It's probably just like a regular dragon. If you ever told a space dragon that, it would consume your soul.
I mean, dragons sort of do that normally anyway.
Oh, no. They might kill you. The soul consumption, that's new.
I've been threatened by a dragon or two. I'm pretty sure they
Imagine
mentioned
eternal
soul.
damnation being consumed forever in the stomach of a dragon.
Last I heard, there is no afterlife. So, I mean, it's pretty much all the same, isn't it?
Oh. It reaches out one of its 3-fingered hippo towards your face to like pat you on the cheek and says, "Sweet summer child, your knowledge of how the world works is so limited. It's painful to watch you fumble around in ignorance."
Well, I didn't get stuck in a prison, so there's that.
Are you sure? You seem like you were stuck in the prison with me.
Nope. No, we got out.
Oh, well. All right. You know, good is good, bad is bad. You've got me there. I did, in fact, stumble around in the prison for several days before I could find the exit.
So it wasn't very hot. Was it hot when you got there?
No.
Okay.
It was
'Cause
much hotter in hell, for real.
Yes, I can imagine. Last time we were in this place.
I closed the exit from hell.
Oh, that is a useful thing to have done. Thank you.
Would you be able to draw out a map of the rooms that you had cleared away?
Well, you know, it was most of the rooms you found me in, plus one room to the left.
Anything we should be aware of?
I'm pretty sure I saw a frog wearing a cloak.
Frog Miller.
Can I just like
I
walk
want to be
off?
clear. Your battle rifle is not spacey enough.
Yeah.
I'm talking
I mean,
Warhammer 40k. It's like 2 feet tall, and the magazine is like several hundred rounds of ammo.
okay. But he is a big game hunter style
Oh yes, yeah.
outfit.
Yes, he's a big game hunter with a bolter rifle.
Can I walk off toward the trees and start setting up camp?
Okay. He looks like he's just gonna sit here and look at the sky for a while.
So Nigel B, how long do you think it's going to be before your... What are you waiting for? A ride?
Ride is technically correct. Now I feel like Connor is drawing like a Tommy gun, and I'm 100% into that instead. Take this, coppers! Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, this is looking pretty rough. I have to look at a heavy bolter rifle. I think it's got that giant clip though, right? Up top?
Tommy guns have them underneath, so
Yeah, this one's got it on top, sort of. Oh yeah, it's got that big chain thing, right? I don't know. It's a rough drawing.
So, as you
Yeah,
set up the
let's,
camp, Lyra, the massive hippopotamus-like creature exposes his tusks towards Ashe briefly and says, "Nice armor.
Thank you.
It's pretty cursed, though. You know, I can tell just by looking at it. I know a lot about magical armor."
Do you? Well, yeah, I gathered that it has its share of baggage, but it served me well so far.
Hmm.
Do you have something else to say about it?
Well, I'd like to take a closer look at it, but you seem very attached to it.
You can take a look at it. If
So,
you're curious.
it... Nigel B walks forward and just begins disassembling your armor off your body.
Is it? Can I take it off? I forgot.
I mean, yes, yeah. I mean, you have to take
Okay.
a bath. You just can't wear any other type of armor. Like, if you try to strap some other form of armor on, you find your body unable to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Nigel B is like taking off the chest plate from you and like looking at it. So you're wearing a whole bunch of other armor, but now your chest is exposed, and you're just like, "Oh yeah, look right here." You know, fascinating. Have you considered oiling this or taking care of it in any way whatsoever?
Sure. I always keep my armor ready for anything that comes by.
It's okay. primitives.
Well, what would you suggest?
Well, hops number 9 to start with.
I don't have any of that.
Yes, I know.
I mean, do you have any?
I do.
Maybe I'll buy it off you.
No, you couldn't afford it.
Hmm.
You could be prince of this entire world.
Well, then I suppose it's not a very useful suggestion. But I thank you for it anyway. I mean, you don't seem to be having any armor.
It's true. I was caught in the Wildstorm. It has been something of a... Well, it is what it is. Fortunately, I had one of my firearms on me. Not the one I normally take hunting, but, you know, this is more what I use when we're engaged in a sort of, how should I put this? Criminal murdering? Sort of, no, murdering is right, yes. When I hunt, I tend to use something more like a flintlock. Keep it fair.
I want to show Nigel being my weapon. Says, what do you think about this weapon?
Oh,
Custom made.
I see. You advanced to this sort of primitive crossbow technology. It's like a repeating crossbow. Oh, you're an artificer.
I'm making do. But
Now,
yeah,
your people
this
are
is
very
my pride and
famous.
joy.
Yeah. If you ever make it off this planet, come look me up. We could use you on the Tide Hammer.
I'd be curious if I could study your weapon right here while we're talking.
You could. Insofar as I could point the barrel towards you. There are rules. Individuals like myself can only share so much. We're not allowed to interfere in your development. It makes people mad. You know, you're supposed to rise into the planar spheres and well, you start with the phlogiston, and then after you floge for a while, you start planeswalking, and then, you know, some people say that you can go beyond that and, like, walk with the gods and stuff. It's not my kind of life, you know. I might hunt a god sometime. You know. There is that sort of centennial demigod hunting contest. I was thinking of entering it. My brother is a better sniper than me, but I sure can wield a mean long rifle. You should know your people's work, artificing, very popular in wild space. Putting ships back together when they're injured. Creating cannons on the fly, repairing and creating magical equipment. Very, very popular. An invention. You think I made this gun? No, of course not. This is a standard issue now.
You know, my gun is made out of like a virtual, what I consider virtual materials. Is that your gun made out of virtual materials, or is it made out of real?
Quite real. Very real.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing magical about this gun. Very, very real.
Gotcha.
The inner workings are quite complicated from what I understand. You know, it's got about 20, 30 parts to it. You have to take it apart and clean it. Sometimes gunk gets in it from all the murdering. I like to push the gun up against the creatures sometimes and pull the trigger. It's not good for the gun, but it's also not good for the creatures.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the consideration. I do understand not being able to examine the weapon, so...
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just because you're so primitive. Nothing personal.
I am not offended. I understand. All right, and Gizmo, go help Cottontail set up camp.
Okay.
How big is the camp?
I'd say it's big enough for four tents.
Okay. Well, like, I wanted to cast alarm.
Fantastic. You can.
Yeah.
You set up a silver thread?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you making the alarm silent or verbal?
I'll probably have it as a. I'll have it as an audible alarm.
Okay. So
because
anyone in the area will hear it.
Yeah, I'll bring my owl back too.
Okay. 20. It's a tinier and larger creature enters the worded area. Okay. Is there any creature that you want to designate that won't set off the spell?
The hippo guy and the party.
Okay.
And the owl. And if his horse is here, the horse as well.
So there was a suggestion.
It's also a donkey.
From
Greta.
Someone on Discord.
Greta.
That indicated that you could consider unsummoning your familiar during the day. And because it's an owl, it's a nocturnal creature, you could have it watch the party at night so everyone gets to sleep. And it gets advantage on perception checks, which makes it very good at watch.
That is true.
That's
I
nice.
like that suggestion. I wish we had done that already.
You can do it now. You can make this happen now.
Okay. I shall take that suggestion.
All right. Your owl sets up. It does the owl turret turn of the head, so its head goes all the way around. And so every few seconds, like a security camera, it swings around. Got good articulation. Anything you all want to do before you sit down for a rest?
I want to make some burdock soup and offer some to the hippo.
He's delighted. He says, "My goodness, incredible. It's been a while since I've had indigenous cuisine. What did you say this was? Bordeaux?
Burdock.
Sounds elven."
Soup. It's just a plant.
Yes. He slurps at it, but he's a hippopotamus, so there's a lot of slurping. The mouth is wider than the bowl.
Do you want another helping of that?
Yeah, 3 or 4 helpings at least.
I'll just like gesture him. This is like the big.
No,
pots
if
with
there
them
isn't
stuff.
enough left, please don't allow me to take food from impoverished itinerant adventurers like yourselves. But if there is more of this delicious root soup, I will certainly sup of it. How
Could I have
refreshing.
feasibly made enough to let him have 3 or 4
Yes.
those?
And he'll offer to throw some hellhound jerky in there to, fortify it, give it a little salt.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. So the jerky's still warm. It's like a self-heating element.
It's a good thing it's soup and not something that's supposed to be cooler.
Well, so the meat begins dissolving into the soup into like tiny particulates and makes it cloudy.
That's interesting.
He's just drinking bowl after bowl. Yes, my people were quite good at storing water inside. It's very difficult to find water inside that dungeon, and I wouldn't suggest you drink anything you find in hell, so really, it's just been famished, thirsted, really. The tide
Do you
hammer
want
was the
some
last time.
water?
Do I want some water?
I'll offer him my water pouch.
He says, I'm a GIF, and he drinks the whole water pouch in the same way that I drink my water bottles. Just pouring it back as it falls down at maximum speed, and hands it back and says, incredible. This water is so untainted by industrialism. You're so lucky to live on a quaint backwater like this, where you can eat delicious roots and drink of fresh water that you gather from a river, I suppose. Where I come from, it's all prepackaged food and tap water. You don't even know what that is, do you? Oh, your tiny minds would explode.
Well, sounds like I'm glad we have our water.
Yes, yeah. You should be appreciative of the simpler things in your life. What are you the prince of, anyway? People who lift stuff?
Hammerhold.
Hammerhold!
Yes.
That's a good sounding name. I might name a ship after that. If I was a captain one day. Call myself the Prince of the Hammerhold.
Suppose you could. It would maybe, depending on the state of the ship, it might do us honor.
Alright, just want to remind you that this guy's like a gun-toting mercenary bounty hunter.
Yeah.
That kills angels as well as devils.
Oh, I didn't
You're
catch
like, you'll
that.
do us honor, and he's just like, I will. And then you watch the flashback of his life, and you're like, wow, that was some horrifying shit. I'm pretty sure he just tried to kill my mom.
I didn't catch the angel part. Okay, in that case, I guess I didn't say that. So what does killing a demon or an angel cost?
Well, it depends on the difficulty of the kill and, you know, the time frame, how much the person has to begin with. Do you need something killed?
Well, I thought if I can hardly afford your oil, I wouldn't be able to afford your services.
Oh, my services can be quite cheap. What do you need?
I don't need anything, but
Oh.
I just assumed that I couldn't afford it.
I'd ask him to kill the thing at the bottom of the.
I mean, what do you
lake,
got?
Or
Aboleth?
yeah, the aboleth.
Wow, incredible. Watch him get mind controlled by the aboleth.
Hey, he wants to hunt gods. I mean, there you go.
I think he was saying one day he might hunt the god, but like he's not.
I mean,
Do you offer him a contract to hunt the
Well,
aboleth?
we mentioned the aboleth. Yeah, we mentioned it.
He's like, aboleth. And then he spits. And it's huge. It's like the size of a human fist. He looks you over and says, what do you got?
Got some gold.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like looking, he's sniffing at your gold. He says, how much?
Aboleths are very dangerous creatures, you know.
Ashe just wanted to see what this guy can stand up, so he's kind of curious. I mean, I could part with. I mean, on my person right now, I could afford to part with, say, 400 gold.
Make a persuasion check.
All right.
$15. He says, make it 500.
And you'd kill it.
Tell me where it is.
Have you
It's,
fought an aboleth before?
No, not in single combat, but certainly during the Aboleth Wars, we fought dozens of them. Creatures from beyond space, horrifying aquatic adventurers. Yes, Aboleths are hated by all free people everywhere. No, I've fought Aboleths before. I've watched men die to Aboleths, their minds crushed under the weight of its alien intellect. Yes, the Aboleth Wars. I remember them well from my youth. I signed up to join the crew 2 years early, lied about my enlistment age. They gave me a rifle I wasn't ready for and a uniform that didn't fit. But was I glad to be on the battlefield? I was a fool then, a younger man, a boy really. The Aboleth Wars changed me in ways you'll never understand. Watching your comrades claw out, trying to breathe air once more after the aboleth gets its mucus on you. Watching comrades suddenly betray you, having been turned by an aboleth and then rescued later. Waiting as sleeper agents. Aboleths descending from every direction. from space, from below, from the water. Yes, the Aboleth Wars were a dark time. It was not the glorious purge that they make it out to be, but I survived them. I survived them.
How would you
believe
defend yourself
this?
against the
Make
the mucus
an
now?
insight check.
Mm-hmm. 21.
You've recognized so far that he occasionally exaggerates. This was
Yeah.
not one of them.
Oh. I'm very impressed.
So it's not like he hunted Aboleths alone in these stories. He hunted them with entire
Right.
crews full of people. They would need like a whole ship full of people with long-range guns like his to kill just one Aboleth.
Right.
Would this not interfere with your no interference doctrine?
Oh, that doesn't apply to Aboleths.
That's convenient.
You might think it's convenient, but you let an Aboleth set up roots somewhere and you never know what'll happen. The whole planet will fall under its control.
I believe that.
Yeah, he's got his grasp in a few villagers nearby.
Yeah, so give me the gold.
I mean,
He holds out his meaty paw.
I know generally on contracts it's half first and half after
Half after.
completion.
I'll take
That's
all
right.
of it up front. This is an Aboleth. It's where do you think I'm going to spend it around here?
I mean,
Well,
With the magic wizard tower?
Magic.
I mean, you're about to make your way off this.
Yeah, I believe you were about to leave. So.
Well, who
Planet
knows
forever.
when help will show up. Look, you want this Aboleth taken care of or not?
Yes, but after I can pay you after.
You'll pay me now.
I'm afraid I don't trust you at this juncture enough.
He makes a harumph and says, well, I never. Toot. He calls himself a prince, a noble, and he dares to look down on the word of a gif? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You don't even know what manner of insult you've offered me, he says as he curls his mustache.
In his defense,
I
that's
forgive
just the
you
way
for your
nobles are.
ignorance. Well, I'll tell you, it's going to get worse before it gets better. If I don't hunt it myself, they might have to send a team back to take care of it. And then there'll be all sorts of memory alterations so no one knows we were ever there, and probably several things will get blown up. I hope you don't like the city that it lives in.
Maybe, but I mean, your story has been very fantastical, like so far. I mean, that's a possibility, but I don't know if I trust you enough to just give my savings right now
Harumph,
entirely
sir.
to you.
Harumph.
Indeed.
You can see he's crying now and says, I never thought I'd find a world where they didn't trust the word of a gif.
Well,
Oh, don't be sad.
I'm not sad for me. I cry because of how backwards your people are. You know nothing. You just like watching a child in a dark room.
I mean,
Running into stuff.
last I checked, we rescued you from a dark room.
yeah.
But okay, sure.
He's like, oh, you rescued me from the hellhound that you didn't kill.
Well, I believe you said you were stuck in there.
What I said was I hadn't found my way out yet.
Doesn't that amount to the same thing?
And the room was
mean-
not dark. I had a campfire going.
I mean, you if you were there for a week, I mean, you were only maybe 400 yards from the exit. Not very far.
And he'd only been in 2 rooms.
Well, he'd been in several rooms that you had already been in. That's why he wasn't gonna draw a map. He harumphs again, picks up his camping stool, and moves just outside comfortable speaking distance to the two of you before sitting down again.
Maybe we should stop trying to insult each other and just kind of relax for the night.
Okay.
Sure. Yep. This is lovely burdock soup. Thank you, Lyra.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Lyra.
All right. Anything else you want to do before morning?
No, I don't think so.
All right. When you wake up in the morning, Nigel B is gone.
What a strange fellow.
I think you made him sad.
I mean, if he is so worried about the aboleth, I mean, he would have accepted the contract as it was.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna get that team he mentioned to come and deal with it instead. That'll blow up the town.
Baby.
I have a feeling that we probably won't see that again, at least for a while.
If you weren't gonna hire him, you probably shouldn't have mentioned the aboleth.
I mean, I was going to hire him. It's worth. I mean, if he could take on the aboleth, that would be a great help to all of us. But
Yeah.
I can't afford to drop that kind of cash on something that on just the word of this fella.
You can't.
Yeah.
I just assumed you had lots of money.
Not on me is the problem.
He's like, look, my trust fund hasn't kicked in yet.
Yeah.
Dividends haven't paid.
So Gizmo, just look around. Is there any sign of tracks from Nigel B leaving?
Nope.
So I can't find anything, guys. I'm not sure. I don't know how he disappeared without us hearing him.
Your owl see anything last night, Terrel?
Yeah, did the owl see him leave? Like, and where he went?
So what the owl saw was a Star Trek style teleportation effect. And the owl was simply so baffled it didn't understand what was going on, so it didn't wake you up. Because you'd already set your alarm to ignore him, so.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So I assume its description is something like a light beam comes down and he just disappears.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll try to explain that as best I can to the party.
Is that like teleportation?
I mean, the description
Powerful
sounds
magic.
like it, but I mean, that's like no teleportation I know of.
You know what? That's fair. I'm pretty sure that guy was crazy.
Yeah.
That's right, you never made an insight check, so.
I just assumed he'd lost his mind.
Well, he believed what he was saying.
That makes him crazier. You know, that's a sign. When you're crazy, you're not just like spouting lies. You're believing what you say. So, you know.
Could be the madness of him going to the helpline if that was true.
That's fair. The helpline is a maddening place.
Speaking of which, I mean, should we go in and take a look around this prison again? I mean, it seems like it's got more than just what we saw.
If that is what you want.
Yeah.
I mean, is that what you want? We still don't know if the bodies that got dragged down there are perhaps.
Yeah, that's true. We never did find if they were there or not.
No, I hate this place, but I will go in again if you want.
I'm all for it. I gotta go get some caffeine, though, guys.
Well, I literally just got done calculating experience. So,
Right.
Yeah,
as you
okay.
head to go back in,
Mhm.
instead, 1,200 experience points appear on your character sheet.
This is out of X. Awesome. Well, that was really funny, AP. That character was pretty wild.
Are we going to see that character again, or is that a one-off?
That
You never
probably,
know.
given the way that you treated that encounter, I'd say there's a 0% chance we'll see him again. If we ever do a maximum X crawl campaign, he'll almost
Yeah, I was
certainly
gonna say,
appear
that's where he
as
comes
like
in.
a fan. That's the setting he comes from, the phlogiston in the astral sea.
It sounds like a Mick word, unless that's not a Mick word.
It's not.
sounds
A,
like a Mick.
it's not a Mick word. It's
okay.
existed in D&D for like 50 years.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. You don't know about phlogiston?
I mean, no, I don't. That's why I was asking questions.
All right, I've been looking at conorhughes for too long because this hippopotamus. Let's take a look at what Shep's been working on. All right, now I can't see Shep.
I turned it off
All right, there's no Shep
long
now.
ago.
You know,
Yeah.
speaking of Shep, let's talk about Shep. What you got for outro, Shep? Shep.
Everyone, I'm robSHEPart. Unfortunately, I'm going to be away from the game for the next 6 weeks or so. Already chomping at the bit to come back. So hopefully this time will fly by really fast. And Gizmo, I think, is going to be, hanging out at the town crafting items while I'm gone. So players, send me your list, and Gizmo can start hacking away at those. Let's go this time to John.
Well, my normal thing is I just follow all you guys because your stuff is good, and I've been watching some of Shep's streams with his making his stuff for the D&D modules. They're pretty good stuff. That's all I got. Looking forward to the next session. Over to whoever's next.
You have to pick.
No,
Pick.
I'll go with Cotton.
Hi, I'm Cotton. I doodle and stuff. You can find me on AP's Thursday night show of Battletech and Ponder the Mad's Sunday night Gestalt game Hunters of Olvern. We can go to Connor.
All right. Yeah. Hey, everybody. My name is Connor Hughes. You can find me sometimes when I do stream on twitch.tv/ConnorHughes. And I'm wondering if anyone plans on watching that Bill and Ted new movie, the new Bill and Ted movie this
I
week.
mean, not while it's in theaters, so I'll wait until I can watch it online.
Yeah. One of those. Eventually, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I don't want
It
to
is
die to watch the movie.
You can see it on streams. Like you can go on to Netflix or one of those, and you can like rent it on there, which is pretty cool. Like,
why would I rent on Netflix that I already pay to get? It's like Disney is like, all right, so you need to have Disney Plus and then pay us another $30 to watch Mulan, and I'm just like,
it's in
no!
theaters. Right now,
pay
it's in
you
theaters. So that makes sense. I mean, within that scope, it makes sense. I get what you're saying.
More than a movie ticket by a lot.
By like
Coronavirus
twice
actually
as
shut
much.
down our movie theater forever. It's like never reopening because it stays shut down too long.
We have a a small movie theater that only has one screen, and they're still open, but they have an incredible setup that's very intrusive. It's literally just like plastic bubbles that you sit in.
Fair enough.
They brought back drive-in movie theaters over here.
Drive-in movie theaters are the shit right now. There aren't any around me though.
There aren't any around us
That's
either.
old-timey.
It is.
It's gone.
We used to have one a couple years ago, but it got shut down because people weren't going to it.
Well, they'll have to bring it back.
Yeah, they took down the thing though. Like they had a big. It was like projected on the side of a building, and they knocked the building down. So I don't know if they're gonna like bring it back super fast.
Bring a new building. I guess. I don't know. Cool. How about
I'm
you,
just out here
AP?
shit posting on Discord, Connor. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that sounds about right. How about you, AP? What's your plan for this week?
Shows constantly.
Shows
Yeah.
every day. The show life.
Wednesday, Thursday, not Friday, but Friday I'll probably do Hell Let Loose. Then Saturday and Sunday. Yeah.
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 Sounds good.
Yeah.
What are we? I mean, are we going to talk about what we might do next week? Or are we going to do? Are we going to like keep on with this campaign? Or what's the plan? Do you know?
What? Why wouldn't we be doing this?
Well, I don't know.
Oh,
normally you don't. What?
No.
Yeah,
what do you mean,
because
what?
I'll be out, but you guys should keep playing.
Oh no, we should do something else.
Yeah, normally you say like,
okay.
"Oh no, you
Yes.
can't play with all the
I
players."
forgot about that. Well, what do you guys want to do?
I don't know.
Then
You've been itching
yeah.
to try something new, so we could do that. Or whatever that might be.
I'll watch you guys play Sea of Thieves. Dun dun dun.
I don't know that everyone here owns Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, I don't have Sea of Thieves.
I don't have it either, but I got more interested when I found out you could have pets.
Cotton, no one is going to stop you from having friends. I assume
I said
you meant
pets.
The pets.
play with friends. Oh, pets,
Oh,
pets.
I
Sorry.
heard,
I heard
friends.
friends.
Too.
Yeah.
I say
Cotton,
that
there's-
sounded really sad for a second.
I'm so sorry. I meant pets.
Yeah, Cotton.
I'm sorry for
there's
mishearing it.
pets, and you can get your own outfits and design your own costumes. So yeah, there's lots of cool stuff. And then there's ship-to-ship battles.
Not if you're running away constantly.
I tried to run away the other day, thought I was all clever, and there was a large island with a satellite island, and I went through the middle trying to run away from a Reapers
Oh boy.
level 2 guys, and it
I know
was
how
a
the
sand
story
barge.
is going to end. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a sand barge, and
Yep.
we got stuck and destroyed.
Yeah. Even before you mentioned the sandbar, I knew how that story was going to end.
not in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt bad because I was steering, but you know, it's all right. I learned.
So what you're saying is, if we ever play with you, not to let you drive the boat.
That's pretty much what I'm saying. Yeah.
All right. So here's my plan. I'll let
Yes.
loose with Connor, or I play Legend of the Dragoon, and Connor commentates about Legend of the Dragoon. Both of my
Is that-
plans are Connor based.
Is that the PlayStation game?
Yes, it is.
I don't think I ever played that.
I want you to imagine it's like Power Rangers if their power came from dragons.
That sounds
Okay.
kind of cool.
And also,
Before-
the best girl is also the most horrible person in the entire world. I spent half the game simping on her as a teenager, and then it was like horrible reveal of her backstory, and I was like, "Oh no, I care too much now."
Well, you did say you pick the worst
Yes,
worst ladies.
Listen,
so-
I tell many jokes and I exaggerate the truth, just like Nigel B. But sometimes I tell the absolute truth, the most painful one.
What I heard is you're very consistent.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. Yep. I'll think about what we can do for next week. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm open to whatever.
Does everyone have Armello? Probably not.
No.
I have to admit, I don't even know what that is.
That's
but
fine.
Again,
It
I'm
was a
open
shot
to
in the
whatever.
Tabletop Simulator?
I have that.
Okay, then everyone else has it too.
Yes.
I'll think about it.
Sounds good.
Do we miss anybody else's outro, or was that last?
No, that was last. I think.
Yeah, that was last.
All right. Any closing words? Snarky remarks?
I wish I could have said. I just couldn't think of like a character who has no idea what to say to Nigel, like what they would ask, right? So I wish I could have like thought of more to say to him, but
I imagine that we were so awestruck with what he was saying because we had no idea what it was that we didn't even know where to begin.
yeah, I feel like we missed an opportunity, but I'm not sure what. Like I'm not sure what in character I would have said.
No way.
Yeah.
It's
We
gonna
could
be.
have hired somebody to kill the aboleth for us. That's what we missed.
I mean,
It's
we
called
tried.
opportunity cost right there.
Yeah, no, that's not how that works, but yes.
I mean,
You had an
don't-
opportunity to kill the aboleth and you didn't.
You
Well, no,
don't.
opportunity cost is the cost of the next best thing you could have had.
You could have had a dead aboleth.
Yeah, that's a big one.
You don't hire mercenaries like full pay up front, and who can like teleport away at any instant. That's what I would say.
He didn't just teleport away at any random time. He was shipwrecked and had to wait for someone to come pick him up.
Yeah, but
well, I
he
mean-
left the next day.
Yeah, but you had no idea that he could do that at the time.
Well, but he
I mean-
said he was going to.
Yeah.
You think that a man of honor like Nigel B would ever stop hunting an aboleth after accepting a contract?
I mean, he exaggerated a lot.
Man. A man of honor?
He did not seem like a lone wolf and cub type, like
what?
mercenary. Lone wolf and cub.
A lone wolf and cub?
Yeah,
oh, the anime that I haven't seen. All right, I'm there now.
It's a manga and a movie.
Oh,
but
okay. I'm sorry I couldn't be the mercenary of your dreams, Connor Hughes.
No, he seemed like a guy who wouldn't turn his back from like a hunting challenge. He seemed very proud of it.
I don't know. He kind of seemed like a guy that would take 500 gold and leave.
I mean, he looked down upon us like completely. So
no, he looked down upon
just you.
Yeah, mostly you.
No, he was talking about he collectively mentioned like the
how primitive we were. Yeah,
the primitive.
He showed me nothing but respect.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, he called us 3 intelligent.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
He even bowed to me. He just didn't like you.
Well, that is the thing that happens in AP's games. It's true. But
wow, Connor, holy shit!
I mean,
I feel like there are plenty of people who have treated you with absolute unrelenting levels of respect, but you just remember the comical, bombastic ones that don't.
Okay.
There are plenty of people that have referred to you as Prince and done whatever you asked.
I mean, I don't think Ashe really asks much of people, but okay, maybe.
Your girlfriend, Eilena, respect your princely position.
Who? Literally who?
The succubus.
Succubus.
No, I'm joking. Yeah, I know it's a succubus.
I want to imagine that Ashe is trying to rewrite his memories so that... All right, how about Kupdale? Treated you with absolute level of respect for your position. Foreign prince? Even tried to offer you a position in his court?
Yeah, I guess. That's one character, maybe.
Wow. Like, the literal only other person of high standing you've ever met treats you as an equal, and you're like, okay, well, Arthur's just here to mock me, I guess.
Obviously.
Yeah, you got me, Connor.
I mean, you do start off stream saying that, so I mean, I don't know how I'm supposed to take it otherwise.
That's right, you're all defensive from the get-go, yeah.
But yeah.
Much like Nigel B, almost all of my intros are like 25% lies. Sometimes more. I spent an entire year and a half lying to Pondo for no reason. It was just too hard to stop.
You're lying about what?
I don't know. It was just random shit. I would just be like, here's a true fact, Pondo. But it would be a total lie. It was pointless. All right.
That's fair.
That's it.
I mean, when you're a DM, that's your job. So I understand.
Yeah, it's true. My job as a DM is to lie to you. I tell you there's a dragon in front of you when clearly there's just a webcam.
You're right.
We'll be back next week with something. I don't know what.
Sounds good.
Legend of the Community RPG.